here with you, and it's Friday night, and I just want to play because I've been working. So I'm doing a little journaling out of the box. I've shared with you guys what it meant, and now you're gonna see me make one. It's been a while since I made these little cards, but I just always had so much fun doing them, and I thought I was gonna use this little robot. I have a bag, like this little bag, where I keep all my smaller images that I use for index cards and that sort of thing. So I'm using this which it says petite image, so small images, and that's how I pull it out. Now I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. I have a blank background, and we shall see what happens with it. Like I said, I really don't know. All I know is I want to play, and I thought that this little robot would be fun. I've got some snarky sentiments as well from Tim Holtz, and I thought those would be fun. I pulled out this piece of paper, which I used some spray for a layout, a journaling layout that I did recently. So I thought that this would be fun to use for this, since there's already some spray and some color on it. And so I've pulled out some water because I figured maybe we could do something with. I've been having fun with watercolor, and I thought, I don't know, let's just go and have fun with maybe some Stabilo pencils, and maybe you can use the orange and the yellows, and obviously you can see the texture of the paint that I applied, because clearly when I applied it, it didn't go completely smooth. So we're just gonna activate these. These are just like the regular Stabilo pencils, but they're just a lot bigger, and I really love working with these. I feel kind of like a child when I do, because of the fact that they're so big. It feels like little kids' crayons, if you know what I mean. So I hope you're all doing well. I don't know when this video is gonna air. Probably not until next week at least, maybe later in the week. I'm happy to report that I've been doing more art, as I was hoping that I was gonna do this year, and I've been filming more for my Patreon lovely peeps that help to pay some of the expenses of this channel. So I want to thank them very much for supporting my art endeavor. And I'm hoping to make more content that's going to be fun. And obviously I want to continue on YouTube as well. I'm not going anywhere, but YouTube is not what would help pay with the supplies and everything else. So now, because it's very translucent, you still see like the image on the card, but once we finish and we've put the paper, and I want to do maybe some stenciling, so we should be good. It should hide quite a lot, actually. And I keep the little strips because I'll probably use them on an ATC or something. I could put it like this, so that my little guy has something to stand on. And How do I glue this? Let's just use regular glue. Hopefully it'll glue, otherwise I'll go and I'll use some of the decoupage medium. But I would kind of like not having to use the decoupage medium for this, because it takes longer to dry. I'm going to use some inks, I think, like regular distress inks maybe. And I've got this big stencil from Diane Reevely, and I'm thinking I should use it. It would be fun, and with the robot it kind of fits. I'm looking to see what I've got in colors. I've got the faded jeans. Maybe that would be fun. I know it's a lot of colors, but this is supposed to be a fun card. I don't want it to be something serious. I want it snarky. I want it fun. I just want to play. That's what I want to do. So I'm thinking that this probably served for this. And let's just go over here. Wow, that makes fun background. And a little bit more here. I'm liking this a lot. And got some fun mark making supplies. So I'm thinking maybe this stamped a bit. Whoops. Stuff is falling. The little paper is falling off. I think I had another strip. I don't know where. Oh, it went under my feet. There it goes. There we go. So a little bit of that. And what else do I want to put on here? So we're gonna have our little guy right over here. Obviously I'm going to edge everything in black, because I always do that, and that's something I love to do. Just trying to see if I want to add anything else to this at this point. Like any more texture or something like that. Or do I leave it very plain? Maybe let's check the sentiment that we're going to put first to see how much room it's going to take. And I've pulled out my Posca paint pen because I thought maybe I could do some mark making a bit on this. I've done it in my last journaling session, and I had so much fun doing it that I would really love to do this again. So I think I had another one that was already started, because I can see that there's some that are missing, and I think I have one book that has more missing. Yeah, so that they're a bit more different. I would like to confirm I do not care. Like this, one of us is right, the other one is you. I think this is what he's gonna be saying. Yeah, I think that's the one I want to use for this little guy. And it's pretty big sentiment, so I'm not sure that I'm gonna be adding more other than the doodling. And I've told you guys, sorry about the dogs, one of the cats is out, and that's what happens. Doesn't like it. Yeah, so I told you before, like, these little journaling cards are super fast and easy. And, you know, like, I know that there's a lot of people that mention that they don't do art journaling, but this is kind of like a collage slash art journaling, because you're making a messy background. It could also be for a fun card. Like, imagine this on top of a card. It could be fun, depending on who you're sending it to, obviously, because I would not necessarily use snarky messages for someone that's, you know, like my grandmother. That would not be appropriate. But for some of your friends, or, you know, a grandkid, or, you know, just to make them laugh. I think we all need some laugh, especially right now. So it could be a fun little card to mail out. Or it could be a fun card to use in your journal. If you're doing, if you keep, you do memory keeping, you can make a little card like that and glue it in your memory keeping journal. There's like so many options. It's really up to you guys what you want to do with this. But like I said, it's not a big journaling commitment. So if you like doing ATCs, I think you would like doing these little cards as well. So I'm looking forward to knowing if you try your hands at it, because happy that some people commented that, you know, they had never tried the stuff like art journaling and stuff, and then following some videos I had done, they started doing it. And it's just, yeah, it's a nice way to get out of your head and just have fun. Okay, so I'm not sure if I want to use, I might use white here and use black here. So last time around I did what Little Raven Ink does a lot of this, which is mark making, and just making marks on whatever background, kind of like doodling. It's very relaxing, and kind of addictive, as you can see. Now I'm just hoping that my pen, yeah, works. Whoa, that was a lot. Clearly, and I didn't even really do much to it. I was just dripping. Wondering if I do anything with this big glob or I leave it as is. Question. I do have the ink that I use for this, so maybe I could add a little bit of it. Pop. was trying to figure out where I put it, and it was in its place. So maybe I can just put a little glob of that. Yeah, I think I like it better that way, without that mistake. I think it's better. And it won't remind me that I did a big glob of something. I'm just thinking if I want to add some cogs or some metal piece or something, because it's a robot, you know, and obviously robots and cogs and bolts and that sort of thing kind of fitting, and I have some that I don't really use much. So let's just use one. Why not? I've got them. These are little heads of screws, and I guess you could make your own, but these I purchased as is. I think it's Tim Holtz. I'm not sure anymore. And I think I kind of like having 3. I could use something bigger as well. Either the nail head or the bigger one. Because those cards are not in a book or anything, it's easier to use them, and to use, like, I could take the opportunity to use one of these. So I think I'm gonna actually use this top just because I'm able to. And I don't have often the opportunity to use these because, like I said, usually my stuff will go into a book. And obviously if you're making a book and you use one of the big pieces like that, you're going to run into an issue with your book not closing. So whereas right now this would be perfect. So I think I'm going to go for it and just use this. So, whoops. And one thing that I didn't do the last few times I did cards like this is to date them. So we're presently the 8th of January 2021. So I will date it. So next time around I know that this was done at that time. And I think that's going to be it for this little card. So I hope you've enjoyed this little process. Like I told you guys, it's very short. It can be as short or as long as you want, depending on how many layers and how much stuff you put on and what you do with your little cards. But it's backgrounds ahead of time, you could use those. So those would work perfectly well and would obviously reduce the time that you spend making art. But in my case, I really wanted to get messy and to just play. So that's why I started with a background that was clear and didn't have anything on it. But it's an option. So there's really no restriction. It's really up to you how you want to do this and if you want to do this. But I do hope that you try. Like I said, you could do it on an ATC, you could do it on all kinds of different options. You could do a full page, you could use a composition notebook. There's no rules, and it's just fun. There's something about being a kid again and just gluing stuff down that's very satisfying. So I can't explain it other than that. So love you guys, stay safe, and looking forward to the next time I meet with you guys. Bye.